show. Look it up if you can. It's wonderful, and it's really hard to find because anywhere that you do find it, the region isn't for North America, so it's like you need to get a region coding for Australia to make it work. I don't know how that happened, but whatever. But
if you find it on DVD, Walmart basically sells DVD players with no region coding.
Yeah, so
you can get them.
Finding
the DVD might be the tricky part.
The studio finally got me copies of it, and that's all I have. But and I finally got to hear it because I did those voices like 4 years ago. But they originally brought me in because I did like a Shaggy style wimpy voice originally for this other show. So they thought, oh, he's good for. They always cast me as like young guys, or guys that like sort of like in that tone of wimpy groaning. It's like a little bit of that, Scoob, like a little bit of the Shaggy voice. We gotta get out of here, man. And then I jokingly did a growl voice. It's like, oh, so you don't want anything like this? I'm like, oh, wait, what's that? And it's like, well, you could just do like, like Death Clock. It's like, oh, it's brutal. You just get the growl going. So they would have me come in and just do like tones for these ogres and growls and screams. And so there's a few movies and shows out there where I don't actually have dialogue per se. I just go in and I'm just screaming, suffering.
It's very neat education for me as well. I didn't realize how much Will had done. I knew about the Transformers YouTube stuff, but yeah, that's neat.
Yeah, there's been a few shows that I've done and movies that I've done little bits and pieces for. Sometimes for friends, sometimes paid, sometimes around the world. Just random pieces here and there.
Oh, nice.
It's just fun to do. It's just fun to, getting paid to scream is pretty awesome.
Kind of like a jack of all trades.
I guess. Well, when it comes to inhuman sounds, I guess, which there is a room for that. Frank Welker's got to retire eventually, and they always bring him. Sometimes he gets credited on shows, and people are like, "Who is he voicing of?" And it's like in Futurama, for example, you'll see his name in the credits, and it's like, "Well, who did he do a voice of?" And it's probably just Niblet. Because he does like a lot of those type of sounds. So when you hear like monkeys, like I know Curious George, the whole.
It's funny.
That's all Frank Welker.
Just doing. Go with that, like just for Transformers wise, obviously he voices Megatron.
Yeah.
In the G1 cartoon, he also is the voice of Scooter, who is the sissiest GoBot.
Yeah.
In that cartoon, and it's like the same guy does both voices. So yeah.
Yeah, it's having these high and low ranges.
We made a fake April Fool's Day post on Cybertron.ca where you announced new toy releases for a TFCon exclusive Scooter toy.
Oh yeah.
It was going to come out. And some people always get excited, and yeah. Anyway, they realize it's April 1st, but yeah.
It would have been like things like Kremzy. Kremzy is probably a Frank Welker.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Like that's it.
Yeah.
Like if you can just do that back to the throat sound.
Which is where Waspinator is too.
It's all back here.
The whole Jackalope voice.
Where Bobby from Bobby's World, that's how you do that one?
Kremzik is such a breakout star for the one episode that he was in.
Yeah. He makes for a decent plot device. Like, you just want to have incoherent malfunctions happen, just create a fictional character. That's all he does.
So yeah, the script reading anyway, that's like I say, one of our funner features we got going at Intercon. Al DeRoche is the gentleman. He writes the script for us each year. He does an excellent job on it. Like, for instance, the 2014 script I thought was a lost G1 episode. He really hit the nail on the head with that one. Like, just
with Sunstorm and
I thought it worked really well. It felt like you were just sitting there in a G1,
Yeah, it had
reading for a G1 episode.
Definitely had the tone.
Of course, that year we had Michael Chain, who was the voice of Power Glide, Red Alert, and Hoist there, and that was very neat as well to have him. So all three of those characters were in there, plus an assorted cast of 8 to 10 others that fans came in and voiced.
So definitely a lot of nostalgia.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is definitely exciting to hear. I'm not sure what else you have.
Well, let's just run now. Like, for panel wise, we got Will and a couple other guys are going to head up a retro collecting discussion panel called "Rumble is Red, Frenzy is Blue." Which is the cassette bots that came out of Soundwave in the 80s. One of them was Rumble and one of them's Frenzy. They're the same. They're a repaint of each other. And they made a lot of airs and different things along the way with them. The toy was produced with both names on it. Sometimes the blue one was Rumble. Sometimes the red one was Rumble. So there's always these discussion in fan circles because the cartoon had Rumble as the blue one. And so a lot of people say, well, the blue one. But then the comic book had
Frenzy was blue.
Rumble. Yeah, it was the reverse. So there's always these intense fan discussions that come from that.
And
so.
I got pulled into that panel simply because Evan was mentioning that, and I immediately went on a tirade, and I brought up like Pavlovian reactions and how we are visual-based learners, and I went on this huge rant about why I thought Rumble was blue. And I went on that, and I put up my argument, and he's like, "Oh wow, can I like forward this to like Rob?" I'm like, "No, I'll just read it verbatim at the panel." It's like, okay, here is like the long rant I went on when he just caught me at that pitch perfect moment where I decided to go off on the subject.
Perfect.
And,
yeah,
so
I got this message, and I was just like, "Yeah, you
It's
guys
like,
just
hey,
run
Will.
with whatever you want to do."
It's like, can we just let Will off the chain for a while, because that eats up a lot of time.
We got Geeks Pro coming in to do video game tournaments. They're going to be doing some Amiibo tournaments, different things like that. So that'll be very neat. They come in usually with about 6 TVs of video games, and they have stuff all weekend long. There'll be Transformers video gaming, and then some of the more contemporary non-Transformers stuff as well that people really enjoy. There's going to be Entercon Jeopardy again, which is kind of a Jeopardy-style trivia game that's hosted by the illogical Destron Dennis. He'll be back hosting it again, and it's always a lot of fun to come up with the questions and things like that. So yeah, lots of neat stuff like that. Build the Creons returning. They're basically little Lego men. We have a million little parts from Creon Transformers and other things. And you come, you pay $2. The $2 goes to charity, and you can build your own little Creon character.
I think if I ever go missing, that's where I am.
We'll have. The cost of admission is very, very affordable. Weekend pass is $12. Day pass is $8 per day. So very affordable. In that regard, we'll have exclusive toys again. Renderform from British Columbia is going to be doing something for us again. Exclusive-wise, he's done in the past. We have examples on our table here, just little gun sets for the new modern Transformers toys that they produce. More accurate guns for the Generation 1 characters that they've been reproducing. He'll be doing something along that lines again. A recolor of something that he does or something along that lines. Going to be getting some exclusive from Wastelanders Emporium, which is in the vendor room here. He does awesome glassware. We're going to have exclusive glassware with our Icon Nerf logo on it and Entercon on it and all that type of stuff. That'll be very, very neat. So yeah, lots of neat stuff. Adriano Ali is returning as our chief photography guy, so we're working on some cosplay related stuff with him. Generally, cosplayers that come up get basically a free kind of photo shoot with Adriano, and he takes pictures of the whole show. He's been done both of our other shows. Does a great job, so he'll be coming back out. And yeah, gonna have probably a Saturday night little after party at Tavern United, which is on site there. Little things like that. Yeah, check the website for all the details. It's www.enter-con.webs.com. It's a little bit of a mouthful, but we also have the Facebook page. We've got the Twitter feed. We've got Instagram, stuff like that. So we're all over social media. We're very easy to find.
Which, of course, all those will be shared to our page right after the show as well. So that way everybody kind of knows what that all is. I'm actually looking forward to it. I think
Glad to hear that.
we've had it circled on our calendar for, I think, since the first time we actually started talking, which was, I believe, back in January.
Could be
It was
somewhere in there.
kind of around when we did our
I'm-
FanQuest interview.
I am, pretty psyched about this. I realize I haven't been talking a whole lot, but that's just because I've just been fascinated to listen to you guys just go on, and because I'm filming the whole thing, so that's taking up a lot of my focus.
You are working right now.
I am working.
It's actually our
So-
first time doing an interview by Facebook Live, so this is kind of a little different. I actually have to show my face for once.
A little bit, and nice thing is I don't have to wear my mask for this interview. Even so, only these three guys know what I actually look like.
It's horrifying.
Yeah.
One of the things I think I should mention is that it's a smaller convention. It's a very intimate con. We get as much time as you want with our guests, stuff like that. There's no rush for anything. I don't think we've ever had a lineup for autographs. We have lots of people coming to get autographs, but it's a very measured thing.
Only when there's like discussions
Yeah,
going and people
yeah.
just have their discussion, leave, come back, what have
Exactly.
you. But,
It's very, very fan interactive, and we're hoping for 500 to 1,000 people to come out over the course of the weekend. So yeah, it's a great time, particularly if you're a Transformers fan, or even if you're not a Transformers fan. Richard Newman has voiced so many things. Cranky Doodle Donkey on My Little Pony. He has done G.I. Joe voices. He's done Sky's the Limit. He's like a lot of voice actors. His IMDb page is just littered with awesome characters he's done. M. Bison from Street Fighter in the '90s. He was the voice of the main.
If anyone
Street
likes
Fighter
that
villain.
meme of the delicious,
Yeah.
that's him. That one Bison meme that went around about him. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of exclusive things, like experiences you can't get at other conventions. Like the script reading is a fine example of you're not going to see that elsewhere. It's a one-time reading with actual, voice actors, people from the original cast. It's going to be that's always a really cool thing. And I know the artists. I know for a fact that there's some art that I haven't even told Rob this about that's going to be created for it. One of which involving my game, Surplus of Popes. By the way, everyone check out Surplus of Popes. But there's a little Transformers reference we put into that game, and it's going to have an extra little piece of art that I'm working with some stuff. And
very cool.
Hopefully by then also we'll see. There's also I don't know if we are hoping there might be a cool comic related announcement too. But we'll see, because I may or may not be working with artists at a certain publishing company that owns the rights to Transformers.
Wow, look at that.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
We'll see how quickly I
These
can.
things going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's the thing, because I can't make any official announcements because it's not actually set in anything. But you never know.
Okay.
You never know. There's at least the negotiations have started.
There you go.
We will settle for the what ifs.
Yep.
That's what makes conventions so great.
Yep.
So is there anything else you have to add?
No, I think we've covered it off fairly well. We are still working at another out of town guest. We'll see how that goes. No promises, but we generally would like to have 2, if not 3, out of town guests. First year we had 3, second year we had 2. So we're trying to do that again, but it's a tricky slope. The moons kind of have to align. You got to find somebody that can work within your budget and that's available the same time.
The scheduling is always very tough.
Yeah,
That's usually the
it's
number
very
one thing.
tricky,
It's not even. It's just the availability has stood in the way of a lot of stuff.
Absolutely. So you've already done your Facebook and all that stuff, so that's...
If someone wanted to find you on Twitter, what's the Twitter account?
Entercon Winnipeg.
Okay.
Entercon WPG.
WPG.
So I thank you both for coming on the show. It has been wonderful and
for having us.
definitely very educational. I love the voices. It's kind of the most...
Awesome.
The biggest thing you look for at
Come
conventions.
to Entercon, this list, or else Waspinator will terrorize you.
And that is
Cue
why we
him
do
getting
this.
crushed.
So once again, thank you guys. You can actually find us on Facebook, which if you're listening to us on the Facebook already, you don't need to find us. So look up Captain Fizz and that mask guy. You can go to our website, www.fizzmassshow.com. You can find myself on Twitter at RealCaptFizz.
You can follow me at that Mask Bible.
We are currently having a stare down with Facebook. So you can follow him at that mask guy. You can follow the show at FizzMash Show. Everything from FanQuest will be posted there as things are happening, including this wacky Facebook Live that I think he's trying to go through the camera. So thank you all for listening, and have a great night and enjoy FanQuest. Good night, everybody. Good day.
Good night and good evening. Ow.
That was entertaining.